Hello everyone, Miko here, and I've got something very important to tell you about, something new that has never been heard of before, that is just recently hitting the world and the United States. It's this new incident of a new virus that's coming around and it's coming to our shores. It's called COVID-19 or coronavirus. That's what I would have originally said so long ago if I hadn't taken so long in posting this. So yeah, this video is super late. Like really, why am I posting this video right now late? To be honest, I have forgotten exactly how many times I've recorded a video like this for the channel. For this first few times of redoing it were sort of justified because I typically procrastinate in making videos that events then would change, things about COVID would change, events in America would change, or the world would change, all kinds of things. But each time I would let the events change. I gave it so much time for things to change that videos would just get irrelevant. So, that's why I'm here now, to try and get this one out so I can continue on with other video ideas that I have in mind for this channel, because even now it's still worth kind of talking about. Even though it might not be as serious as it once was, it still needs to be talked about because it's still around, and I definitely know that. I know that 100% sure, because right now, I have COVID. Again! First time was in Mexico, now I have it here in America. So yeah, I got COVID again. It sucks. It sucks. Now granted, I take the virus a little bit better than others. Like, I don't need a ventilator, I don't need anything like that, chest x-rays or anything. So I'm lucky that I can take the virus better than other people. Because there are people like me, my doctor has said, there are people who are like me, my same age, same kind of body type, same weight class, and they were on ventilators at the time I went to the doctor to be checked up for going back to work after I had COVID the last time. So that's one kind of sort of reason why I'm wearing this right now, because I'm a little bit of a wreck, my face and all that, so just to spare you that of the extreme bed hair and the sickly face I got. And as compared to the last time, before I got the test to confirm that I had COVID right now, I had a feeling that it was, because when I was starting to feel symptoms, they were exactly the same way I felt in Los Cabos when coming back from Socorro. I felt the exact same way. So that to me signaled a pretty big red flag that I had confirmed at Walgreens, and yeah, positive. I will say this one's hitting me a little bit harder. I don't think the last time I had such a runny nose or crackly voice, so this one's hitting me a little harder. It might be one of the new variants, I'm not entirely sure. But I'm pretty sure you can tell a difference in my voice right now. But yeah, other than serving as a public reminder that, hey, COVID's still around, there's really not a whole lot to talk about right now, but because before I was going to talk about like the importance of vaccines and all that, wearing masks and those are still important for sure. Like I said, yeah, I said it in my previous video of when I came back to America from uh, Los Cabos that I did get my vaccine shots because I procrastinated on that video for so long as well. And honestly, with the mask, like, obviously I wear it where there's gonna be a whole lot of people confined in a certain area, but typically with like work and other places that I've kind of gotten used to the no mask lifestyle again, which since I handled the virus fairly well, like it is what it is. Like I went months without getting it again, so but I might wear a mask when I go back to work just to be sure that I don't spread it. Obviously, no one would really want that. Yeah, COVID. It sucks a little more this time, that's for sure. It's not the different experience every time, I guess. Fun. So yeah, realistically, there's not a whole lot to talk about, like to continue talking about, because on top of those things, I was going to be a little risky with some of my previous videos and involve a few political figures into the situation and how things could have been better and how some of them made it a little bit not so ideal for America. But those people aren't really involved anymore, so it's best just not to bring that stuff up anymore. Obviously, don't forget about that, but it's not really worth bringing up right now. Yeah, I'm guessing this video just serves as a public reminder, COVID's still around, and guess what? I got a second round of COVID myself. So, I'm having a good old time right now. A good old freaking time. And you might say, well, of course, you get to quarantine at home for a few days. Well, of course you're having a good time. 3 hours sleep every night, that's not fine. I cannot sleep right now. Like, this is making me awake. Like, this is gonna hurt me so bad when the symptoms wear off and then I just crash from the lack of sleep I've been having these past few days. Because this time around, I'll remind you, the runny nose and the cough and the sore throat is a little more intense this time. So, with those things in mind, it doesn't mix well with sleep. Those things don't mix at all. But I believe I can continue with some other things that I want to record for this channel and continue on with some other stories that I've been wanting to tell, but I just have a couple stories first to tell before we get into that. This being one, and the next one you'll see. I'm thinking I did record this story that I wanted to tell before, so I'm thinking maybe it's still okay to put that stuff in. Like, maybe it's alright. Like, I don't know if I need to redo that story or not, so I'll be back and determine that.
Hello everyone, Miko here, and today's video will be based on a topic that has been requested by nobody yet. But being part of the fandom, and if I sometime get a big spike in viewers, however unlikely that might be, this question is going to come up at some point. And that would be what my sexuality is. And I don't really know if I've ever said my sexuality on any of my previous YouTube videos. I really can't remember. But today, I'm coming out of the closet officially for this. Well, let's look at some of the factors. I'm a furry who loves wearing a fursuit whenever he can. And I like making all kinds of jokes like these.
Yeah, come on guys, make these men wet. I'd say you're trying your best to knock me off.
I could get you off. I'm trying to just go fast.
Oh, well, tie. Well, in that case, you don't have to work very hard at all.
Oh, absolutely. Your outfit looks kind of weird.
Says the guy in a guy. Says the
In
guy.
a sexy outfit.
Says the guy in a guy. I don't know where I was going with that.
So with all that in mind, I got a badge for my bandana to wear whenever I can in conventions, signifying heterosexuality. Might not be what you were thinking, huh? So in case you don't know this, a large part of the furry fandom is made up of the members of the LGBT, and the vast majority of furries are male, making a lot of them a part of the LGBT as well. So while I don't like to make assumptions on people's sexuality in the fandom, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that I was gay. And I'm not making this video as a message for gay people to, like, not try and talk to me or anything. Definitely still talk to me. I want to be your friend. It's just I don't roll like that. But yeah, I would still love to be your friend. Really, I kind of got this video idea from the movie Love, Simon. I haven't seen it. I just saw, like, the part where he showed straight people coming out to their parents as straight. And even though I haven't seen the movie, I want to see it because of that scene. It looks really funny. So it did get me really thinking, like, I can't put this bandana on with pause. Hang on. There we go. I wanted to do this video before I started wearing my bandana for some videos whenever I do it, just so I could tell you all, and you hopefully understand. So that scene in Love, Simon where straight people were coming out to their parents and family members, it got me thinking, like, why do gay people have to do that but straight people don't? Well, obviously that answer is pretty simple, because it's not looked too highly upon some members of our country, and obviously a bunch of the world. But to think, even here in America, there are still people who come out of the closet to people is still kind of bizarre, because now we have legal marriage in all 50 states across the country, but the reason is still that they can still be discriminated against by the state itself. They could get married, but they can be punished for it. And just because gay marriage is legal doesn't mean family members themselves have to be okay with it. Which some are definitely not. So where does my stance come in with this? Well, here's where it gets a little touchy-feely. Because not only am I straight, I'm also Christian. And obviously, Christianity and LGBT people have not really seen eye to eye that much. To be a little light. But obviously, since me being a furry and willingly going to conventions where there are a whole lot of LGBT members, I'm completely fine with it. I don't care who you are, who you love. All I care about is you as a human being. If you treat me, and especially others, with kindness, I will like you and want to be your friend. If you're not nice to people, then I don't want anything to do with you. For me, it's that simple. But obviously there's other families and people in the world that don't feel that same way. And here's the thing. I really wish that Christianity and LGBT members had a better relationship. Because if we did, I feel like we could get along a whole lot better and start really making some changes to this country, and possibly even the world. But the thing is, some Christians in this world are just so disapproving of it to a grand fault. And unfortunately, I got a feel for how much resentment there is to this day from some of my own family members. I won't say who, I won't say which side of the family they're on, whether they're my mom's or dad's. Not gonna say that. I'll just tell you what they said. And this was during Christmas Eve, which made this a little bit more tough to bear. One of them said that if one of their kids was gay, they'd kick him out. Obviously, that's been said and done so many times in America, it's really not funny. But then another family member said that if their kids were gay, they wouldn't kick them out, they would beat it out of them. Why would you do that? That's not right at all. Here's the thing, you can't force people in or out of things. That's just not how it's done. Not only is that cruel, it's completely pointless and really hurtful to our relationship with other human beings. And it's kind of been like what I've told in church. You couldn't take someone, pin them in a chair, chain them to the chair, tape them to the chair, whatever, force them to hear and see everything for 10, 20, however long you want to. They won't believe a single word of it unless they do it for themselves. And that's all I would ever do. Let them know they have a choice, and then leave them to make their own. If they want to pursue that, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too. You want to be Christian? Fine. That's awesome. You want to be part of the LGBT and not really believe in God? That's fine too. That is your choice. All I would ever do is ask. That's what a lot more Christians should do. Ask instead of tell. Offer instead of force. I wish we could live in a more accepting world, but it's clear this country takes acceptance really roughly. It's kind of sad that we just spend time picking on a race or an ideology or preferences, especially since it feels like it's just one after the other. As soon as we're done with this one, we're on to another one. I wish it could be different, but as long as there's humans on the planet, there'll always be stuff like that going on. But I think that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. I might not be gay like the majority of guys in the fandom, but that doesn't mean I don't care about you guys. I do. And I realize Christianity and LGBT are still in a little bit of a bad relationship, but I would love to see us in a good relationship, and I hope we get that in some point in our lifetime. Even though I might not feel the same way as you do, I don't discriminate against you, and I don't feel you should be discriminated or lose anything because of it. So yeah, I think this will do it for the video. I wanted to get this out of the way so I could start wearing this when I tell the actual stories I wanted to do for this channel, which that will be the next ones that come up. I just wanted to get the COVID story and this story out before all that. So next story episode will be the true beginning of the stories of my life and some of the interesting things that have happened and how I decided to do stuff, how I got into things, and all that kind of stuff. I think it'll be pretty entertaining. But until that point, be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and be sure to hit that notification bell to get updates on all the videos. And be sure to check out my other two YouTube channels. And until next time, I will see you guys later.